I've reconstructed a map of what I believe the Earth looked like before the Great Flood, the end of the Ice Age period, where the Sahara, as you can see here, most likely green. Savannah, not sure exactly how great. It'll probably be like the normal southern areas where we have wildlife in South Africa. It's pretty much grassland, but most often, in this case, green. A lot of animals flourished. Now, these targets that I'm marking here are actually old megalithic areas where there are megalithic ruins. I'm going to mark them out now and you'll see which ones I'm talking about. These megalithic ruins all over the planet all have records of a flood event. How can it be possible, coincidentally, that they all carry the same grand cataclysm, that they survived, their ancestors survived, and they are the descendants of those who survived such a flood? Chances are it's not a coincidence. Now we're going to look at this little Pleiades shape, and the exit marks the spot mostly. I found it common in almost 90% of all these, but there's another 3 I'm going to look at today where they show the one that's in this position. And that's going to be the Indus and the Khmer civilizations. Okay, that's where they are. In the Indus story, I propose that this is a stargate that the entity is walking through, and pretty much showing that. So that's just one seal. Now, the one that I say is a star map in its full entirety is this Indus seal, and it shows a cosmic lion, the man on its back, cosmic tree, follow the 3 belt stars of Orion to the cluster of 7 dots, Pleiades, and we have the cosmic serpent being held here. And then there's a part of something like a cosmic serpent or tree plasma going to the chin. And I said it matches that which is on Mars, so we're going to compare that too, all right? That's what is on Mars. Looks like it's something I've just drawn there. We'll look at it closely shortly. But now, looking at the Tree of Life connection, it's kind of like following that this man is riding the Tree of Life on the cosmic line. Riding the cosmic lion. And see how it goes to his mouth? That's the cosmic wormhole, lion, dragon, serpent opening. And there's this little portion continuing. I think it's literally the same story continuing from the portal. And the place of destination is right there. That one that is to the left of the Pleiades. In other words, that one right there. And that's Sol 3 position. You can see how close it is to the Pleiades, right? That is where I think the Indus Valley is not looking after Sol 1, but is looking after Sol 3. Sol 3 is the one that they seem to highlight as important. Let's look further. So it's basically showing that. Okay, Cydonia. This is the main area of that pyramid ruin area, the Mars face, DNM pyramid. And what I believe and what BC Shepherd discovered was a lion's face geoglyph. Now this is massive. That's 2 kilometers long there. That's quite a lot. I mean, that's probably closer towards about 15 kilometers long there. That's huge. Anyway, there's one eye, there's another eye, eyebrow, ear. And then, of course, the mouth is quite amazing, okay? And this part here with 3 large, strange-shaped mountains. Look at the shape of the edges here. 3 on the back of what looks like a cosmic lion. So we're going to put that to the test. See if it looks like that. Remember, there's lots of esoteric manuscripts I cover in my documentary of this lion of stars, usually showing 7 within, Pleiades, and the sun by the mouth of the lion. And coincidentally, by the mouth, we have the DNM pyramid right here. Looking like that, with a correlation. Orion's belt, there, follow Orion's belt to the Pleiades, and then you follow from the Pleiades to the sun-like star 1, which is Sol 1 is mostly common in I'd say 90% of them, but Sol 3, and particularly in this story today, we're looking at correlations with that one there. And would you believe that one is another face, very, very strange looking face, like the guy you saw on the back of the lion. Take that area of just the 3 large monuments, so we're going to turn this around now so you can see what's going on. Okay, so we're looking at that area, DNM pyramid, face, and the ruins. Get a better picture. This is from the Viking original that I've used in my book because it's got the best light and shadow, and that shows 3 dimensions. So we're going to be looking at this anomaly here. That's my correlation theory. 3 targets, 3 sun-like stars. The actual correlations, mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. All these little ones here, correlations. Look at these grouping down here, grouping down there. Look at the 3 on the top here. Oops, wrong way. 3 on the top there. And one that's damaged, and a big crater there where there's actually one missing. Okay, because there's two stars there. There's one missing right here. So there would have been another monument here, probably crater, showing it was taken out. Okay, so this is the general story. In my first book, 2003, I said that this is the place where humans have evolved from apes. Okay, they set out with space travel to their nearest solar system that they were exploring, and this is the one that's been colonized in a very grand way. Perhaps it's more paradisial, and the people that colonized our solar system are shown to have come from this one mainly. But the story we're looking at today is more happening with this one here, this third sun-like star. So we got the TNM 5-sided pyramid, as you see here, definitely 5 sides. The human form, combination of the Da Vinci Vitruvian man and woman. But this is the other face. See that funny shaped face? It was actually coincidentally chosen for the Mars film with famous actors, and they made the Mars face, which is that one, look strangely like that one. So interesting that they chose that one. Now this is the one that I believe is colonized by the Indus, the Hindu, Cambodian and Khmer Empire. Of course the Cambodian area is just the general area, but it's the Khmer Empire. Let's take the star map a little bit further now. So I'm showing now the stars that fit with it. And that's what it once probably looked like. It's an area right next to a big water body, perhaps an ocean. Now, just recapping on my Orion theory, I found scientists gave this part of the bow of Orion a name. They call Barnard's Loop this huge big area here. Okay, and then they call this little loop here the Lambda Ring. So all you need is this dark area here that I saw in a very, very unique photograph. There is almost cosmic dust and nebula that make this dark band. So if that is connecting with that, and this one connects with that, you've literally got the swastika. Exactly that. So that is my theory, that Orion can be represented with the swastika. Strangely enough, I bring these because all the main stars in Orion fit in little portions. This one fits in this loop portion, this one fits in that loop portion, that one, that loop portion, and this one in that loop portion. So they're very well dispersed with a belt right in the middle. So we're looking now at the Indus Hindu origins, their depiction of what I believe is Orion as a swastika through the bullseye. That's Orion's belt aligning through the bullseye to get to an exoplanet and a sun. Question is it that sun, or incorrectly, we thought it was obviously likely they were going to choose one because one was common. We're looking much closer now. The odds are it's actually that one right there, Sol 3. And of course the cross of the churches, that theory that I put forward, that all the churches of ancient civilizations were representing the cross of Orion to show the way to the Star of Bethlehem, the human origin star, following through the bullseye through to that little one there. But now that's Sol 1. But I think in this situation, this is the ancestor of the area for Angkor and the Indus Hindu origins. One little more clue here, the Cathar watermark found in ancient manuscripts. The Cathars were showing a bull's head aligned to a star, and beneath it the cross of Lorraine, a triangulation of 3 orbs and a crescent. Oh, you can imagine what I'm thinking with that. First of all, the cross of Lorraine is pretty much doing it that way. Okay. Secondly, we look at the records of the cross of Lorraine. You'll see there's a crescent down there and a face on the crescent, literally suggesting life, ancestor, planet perhaps, and that is the ancestor star. So they put them on 2 ends of the cross, but it's most likely this is the target, Sol 1. In my opinion, they're still looking at Sol 1 for the Cathar story. There's the source of where this watermark came from. You can come back to that later and get the details. They actually, you can just see a bit of the detail here. There's a watermark in there. That is part of this watermark shown in esoteric manuscripts, showing secret human origin stories encoded. Looking at the Hindu civilization, the sacred swastika with the 4 dots, and there's a line added to it through the bullseye. This is probably the horns, as Martin Moldegov found of Hungary. He said that's definitely a bull, and following through the bullseye. All I did was decode that that's obviously then that, because that's the only thing that goes through the bullseye to get to a crescent and a sun. And again, I think it's that one right over there. We thought it was originally that one, but this one I've got reason to show why it is that one. The trend, the people, the civilization, and their bloodline. Angkor Wat. Star map, Angkor Wat. It's a big part of my first book. I haven't done any videos on it to date because there was a lot of open ends. This one was the biggest story showing Sol 3 was in contention. So I waited for a while before I did a video to get more information on a very important finding that confirms it. This is the area of Angkor Wat. It's one portion of a very large layout complex which we're going to look at, but it is famous because it's the biggest, has the largest square causeway around it, and was in a very important way sacred. So we're going to see how sacred it was, and was there anything else that is tied with it.
With the earlier Sumerian clay tablets' precise version of the cosmic human origin star map, and how it matched the template at Stonehenge, would come the mindset that had Herschel set out to search the Atlantic Ocean seabed. It would be this clue that would culminate in this documentary's biggest revelation.
As the world was counting down to 2012, I was watching Google Earth, looking for ruins, refreshed my page, and I saw that. I recognized that curvature from somewhere. This could be a computer code. I think it's first contact. The ancients are returning. I've published a book, Herschel's Atlantis, and there's a 2-hour documentary you'll see at the end of the video. These are my 3 books. I'm trying to promote Saving Forests, $19 for all 3, 1 delivery. Please consider becoming a flamekeeper in the here and now, or when you are gone, or as an activist. Please press pause and come back to this and you'll see the detail. But as a flamekeeper, you become part of the quest to secure the interpretational copyright and visibility of the hidden records. That is the difference.